BookTube. I am Biblio Virgo, and today I am going to talk about my favorite book series because I know I've talked about my favorite authors, but I have yet to talk about my ultimate favorite series of my reading journey thus far. So let's begin. I feel like when I ask people what their favorite book series is, it always has to do with the genre of fantasy, mystery, or dystopia. Therefore, we have Lauren Oliver's Delirium trilogy as my favorite book series. In this BookTube segment, I'm going to cover the who, the what, the where, the what, and the how this trilogy became my favorite. So it was a year or two ago when I decided to go for a walk to my town's secondhand hand-me-down shop because I knew they had books there for like 25 cents. So I went. I came and I conquered because I came back with Delirium by Lauren Oliver, and yes, you can tell it's been used. It has a crease, it has folds at the corners, but it didn't change the fact that I absolutely fell in love with the first book of this trilogy, which then made me buy the next two books. So the trilogy revolves around the disease called deliria. It is forbidden and illegal to fall in love in this dystopian world, which kind of sucks because the main character, Lena, ends up falling in love days before her procedure. So when people turn 18, they get a procedure to rewire their brains to make sure that they don't feel true feelings of love. So throughout the entire series, we follow Lena's adventure of love and self-discovery and adventure and threats and danger as she does get chased by the government. And it's really cool to see how the world ends up developing in the end. Does love remain a vice that can wind you up in prison, or does it become okay and a natural norm? This is the first series where the last book was actually my favorite because I felt the characters fully developed and I feel like the setting really came into play as well, and the whole storyline just really developed and it hit its climax in the last book. One of the things that really captured my attention was Lauren Oliver's writing. She's one of those authors where you can't get tired of her writing. I mean, literally. With every chapter, it's just like, oh my god, this is so good. Oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And even now, about a year or two later, I would still reread the series in a heartbeat. Another thing that kick-started my interest in this series was Lauren Oliver always put purpose behind her characters. No one was ever just there. They literally made or broke the storyline, which was absolutely fantastic because I can't stand when authors are just like, oh, I'll throw this person in here and just, you know, he's just gonna be there and do his little thing. It's like, no, I need to know why this person's here and I need to know how he affects the storyline. Another thing I loved is that there was never a boring moment because that's one of the things I can't stand. And so I'm like, okay, there was this climax and now there's nothing happening for like 3 chapters. So amazing characters, amazing writing, amazing storyline. What is there not to love? I really hope you give my favorite trilogy a read because I know you will not be disappointed. This was a hidden gem in a shelf of used books and it found me and I've never been the same since. This has been Biblio Virgo. Thank you for tuning in.